you were talking about he's normally the monster of Cave, and he will at least win out on this head-to-head fight. Brokey, very aggressive with the orb, unscopes at potentially the worst time because Norbit's about to walk into his crosshairs. And I think he's going to think better of it. And because he's going to come away now, we could see FaZe reshifting and taking some map control. Because right now, they have none of it. They control B, but they have no info towards mid. They have no info towards the A bomb site. I wonder if they do actually take that map control before they hit a bomb site.
They do have the first stage of Cave, though, and that is forced Virtus.Pro to take mid back instead. Could be an altercation in the future between Rain and Mir, but for now, it looks like FaZe are just waiting to see if there's any aggression. Norbert tucked in the corner. Rain needs to clear it, but it's Norbert that will come out on top. 40 seconds left. FaZe, they will regroup, and they have to go A.
I wonder if Virtus.Pro anticipate this. Like, you've caught Rain off, and he normally is towards that B extremity when they do plays like this. When do Virtus.Pro rotate away? They have the quick rotations from Fame and Mir, but no one's remotely on this A bomb site. Fame will finally hold this deep angle, and there is one smoke on Twist. If he can put it towards CT, it completely negates Fame's position. Virtus.Pro, they're not moving a muscle. They have no idea towards A, and finally they will now. Smoke towards CT, as I was saying. It forces Fame to go towards Temple. There is no smoke towards Donut, so FaZe are going to be cautious of this, but it is vacant. Fame gets a little bit too aggressive. Back to this 3 versus 3 now as the post plant gets initiated.
That's awkward, though. Twist nearly could have been taken down as the spam starts to connect on the way through. Again, FaZe taking this double donut approach. Brokey wants to get in towards Temple so he doesn't get backstabbed by Mir. Holding this angle, waiting for Norbert to make the next move. Pressure on VP, but it's Brokey that misses the initial shot. You have got this flank on Twist that could win the round.
However, Rops has to be taking that contact, because if Twist starts making the first move, he's going to be anticipated. Even though James hears him, he still falls. Bombs being defused. Norbert's all by himself. It's so close, but by... Wait, what? Virtus.Pro win it! FaZe, they don't kill him in time, and Norbert, balls of steel, just holds the defuse and clutches it up.
Oh my goodness me. Take a look at this again, because we called on it. Thought Twist was going to be that player that is going to be the X factor, but no, instead, Norbert just goes, all right, well, look, you're coming in from CT. It's not planted for you. And if Rops is calling my bluff, then certainly I've got every opportunity to try and win this round. That is the only world in which FaZe lose that, from that situation, and Virtus.Pro take it away from them. And then they pause. They shove it right under FaZe's nose. Have a look at this. Here's what's just happened. Now we need 30 seconds to reset and make sure things get back on track.
Okay, great round from Twist. The fact he was able to get the kill on James after making noise is already quite impressive. Then the long-range duel, it's a 2 versus 1. What is Rops doing in Donut? I thought he was the one that had to be the activation and the catalyst of that round, but then he just sits and does nothing. Very unfortunately, goes in favor of Virtus.Pro. However, FaZe cannot let this tarnish them. That was a good round. I don't want to see Rain taking those aggressive fights by himself, though. I want to see them play more as a pact, especially when we're in that late round. And I don't think Rain on that lurk is what they need. However, VP, money isn't great. They didn't keep anyone alive. James somehow pulled out the orb. And you were talking about middle for FaZe. Well, they're instantly going to push their way into it.
Yeah, this is a lot faster. FaZe wanted to take the space away from Virtus.Pro before they get set up in all of these crossfires. Heavy focus now being initiated towards Jaguar. Flip, laying lead down range, but bullets are only a warning shot at the moment. FaZe retain possession of both shelf and middle, which makes things a little bit uncomfortable for VP. I wonder if we're now going to get an extremity push, maybe a play out towards B, but currently that's what Carrigan's holding for.
Very fluid rotations from Virtus.Pro. They're going to completely leave the B bomb site and leave Flit. However, okay, Fame does come back. And Virtus.Pro retaking control of middle. This is really strong. They have all this information. What do they do with it? A double cave setup. Fame forced out by the Molotov. Rain by a whisker finds the frag, and that's the man advantage. Now FaZe, foot on the accelerator, halt and wait for VP to make the play.
Well, there they are, straight up Mir. Back's turned, he stabs down 2. And now Rops around the corner. Sure, he can find Norbert, but Mir is there again. The elevation prevails. He finds a hat trick, and suddenly, back's against the wall. FaZe have to commit into this B idea. Flit maintains the position that Fame once stood in, and he's able to knock them off the bomb plant. Twists 1 versus 3, but not 2B. Virtus.Pro hold on.
A blunder. Like, as I said, that's a very orchestrated play from Virtus.Pro. It seems like like just fundamental, exactly what they're gonna do right. And Mir gets 3. The first 2 with someone with util out and then a back turn, like how is that happening? Rop's just too late on that activation towards middle, and Flit, I think if he actually hadn't got this kill onto Karrigan, the round could have been contestable. The last kill onto Twist is nice, it's a consolation, it's a good frag that keeps them with 3 players alive. That wasn't necessary, but FaZe, that is a really poor round to be losing. And VP, they're winning out on these mid rounds with just very bog standard plays like that, retaking control towards middle. That's just fundamental Counter-Strike.
I think it's the communication on display by Virtus.Pro there as well, and the timing of which they retake mid, because it happens as soon as Flit puts the smoke down on the incendiary that costs Fame his life. Because as soon as that smoke comes in and blooms, FaZe can't then progress in towards Cave. Where does that leave them? Completely trapped in towards Jaguar and Shelf. Mir knows this, he pushes, and he completely takes advantage of them. I guarantee that FaZe did not expect Mir to be in that position that early on.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they were waiting potentially and setting up for that hold, but it was just so fast. And Flit, man, the conviction, it runs through his veins. He is just fighting them every single round, making them so uncomfortable. But Rain puts him to the grave. Now, that's a little bit more like it.
Another one of these awkward investments for FaZe in which they have to achieve the best with what they've got. Pick a mix of a couple of AKs, a Deagle sprinkled in. And for Virtus.Pro, it's just about not overstepping the mark. It's about remaining very compact and resolute in your setups. One thing that this team prides themselves on. Great flash to get Jame off the angle, and utility being dispensed in towards B, but that's never the final destination. Right now for FaZe, they've got middle in mind.
I would love to see what the plan is, because that was their final flashbang being used. They now don't have a single other flash to get them onto that bomb site. I think they might have had to be a little bit more conservative with it. They maybe wanted to pull rotations off the B bomb site, think it's a little bit of a fake. However, Jame is still here alongside Norbert, and now they're going to get tested. Norbert's actually going to get aggressive. Jame has a flashbang. If this is utilized at the right time, it could be destructive. But speaking of destruction, Karrigan rocks ahead. Now Jame has to hold true. He is going to fall back a little bit and might just try play with his teammates. FaZe, no flashbangs will be very difficult to force Jame off the angle. But who needs a flashbang when you have Twist? 13 and 4. The bomb site cracked open. It gets capitulated, and that's not the round you'd anticipate FaZe to win. However, they surge to a 4th.
How many times does that happen now? FaZe on the low buy, and they just wait for mistakes. Virtus.Pro, they give them to them in tandem. Yet again, every single time these rounds fall apart, it's because Virtus.Pro hang kills on a silver platter towards FaZe. Think about it. Norbert gets the information down B, sure, but does he really need to wide swing the corner? Fantastic shot out of Karrigan. And it's this delayed mid control that FaZe are utilizing. Sure, they don't have all the pieces of utility, but they are using them well. The smoke in towards red denies the information. It just means that players are really restricted to remain on their bomb sites. Isolated fights given, FaZe take it away.
I can understand what Norbert and Jame are trying to do there. I think Norbert is maybe trying to take the first contact, get the kill, flashbang sails in, everyone's looking at him. They're not anticipating a 1-dig like that from Karrigan. And okay. Bye, Flit. Yeah, sit down. Yeah, like, to be fair, for Norbert, I know it's hard to give him that little bit of grace, but what a shot from Karrigan. Like, if a first bullet headshot like that doesn't come through and the flashbang comes in, it could have been a completely different story. And Jame, the fact that he doesn't get a single other frag after that trade on Norbert is very poor. But now look at this from VP. Very aggressive in middle. Mir, he's going to get flashed off the angle. He's trying to replicate his successes.
You now know they're in towards mid. And FaZe are just going to take the fight head on. Look at this boost as well from Rops. Fame. Really stuck between a rock and a hard place. It's the flash that comes over instead. And that'll be his ticket out. FaZe assume control over towards middle. And yeah, again, it's this patient play style. Don't want to go for anything straight out of the gate. With Norbert only on his pistol. They're looking to make a move. Brokey hits the shot. Information relayed over. And FaZe, they're going to equalize the scoreline here.
Yeah, that was a very last-ditch effort, right? Your back's against the wall for Virtus.Pro. You're trying to find some aggression somewhere on the map. You know there's potentially someone towards the B bomb site. You just try to overwhelm them. However, such a good patient hold from FaZe. And if we look back at the round where Mir gets a hat trick in middle, that is what I want to be looking for FaZe, and it feels like they're warming maybe a little bit into this when they get that advantage, foot on the brake, and they're just holding the extremities, waiting for a push like that. And I think for Virtus.Pro, they need to be taking a little bit more